Hello, everybody. How is everyone tonight? Good evening. Welcome to Mighty Holidays. This is the last event in our series, and we're so happy you could join us. I want to give a special welcome again to our Mighty members. Thank you all so much for coming. It's so good to see you all here. So now, without further ado, I would love to welcome our host, Justin. Justin has been practicing meditation for 10 years and has spent over 8 weeks on silent meditation retreats. While he works as a tech entrepreneur for his occupation, in his spare time, he leads meditation groups with military veterans. So everyone, please welcome Justin.
Thank you so much. It's great to see so many of you here, especially on a Friday evening amidst all the craziness of the holidays. So just a little bit of a layout for tonight. I'll talk a little bit about what meditation is, but I'd like the bulk of our time to be experiential. And so we'll take about 30 minutes to practice a couple different types of meditation. And then we'll have the rest of the time to answer any questions you have. And I just want to, make this very inviting. If this is your first experience with meditation, I'm so happy that you're willing to try this and give it a whirl. And we often talk about in meditation having a beginner's mind. And so if you're new to meditation, you're already ahead because you are a beginner. So many of us are trying to get back to that spot. So briefly, for me, what meditation is, a lot of it is just slowing down and being more present. I don't know about you, but for me, so much of my day, I'm just spinning around in my head. And my wife will be talking to me, and I'm thinking about what I have to do that day. Or, I'll be eating and I'm not even tasting the food in front of me. I'm just shoveling it down and I'm just preoccupied. And I've realized that, like, most of my day, I'm not actually present for what's going on. I am remembering something, I'm fantasizing, I'm planning, I'm rethinking what someone just said. And what's been really helpful for me with meditation, it's been a way to slow myself down and start to spend a little bit more time actually present in each moment. And I have a wonderful meditation teacher. I have a 20-month-old son, and he is my best meditation teacher because he is always present. He is running, and when he's happy, he's laughing, and when he's sad, he's crying. He's just so present moment by moment. And he really calls me out when I'm checking my phone or when I'm zoned out. He pulls me back into the present moment. And so if he can do it, I'm sure all of us can learn to be a little bit more present. And so for our practice, I love that meditation is called a practice. To me, it often feels like if you exercise, you're just building a muscle. And with practice, you can get better at being more present. And so for the next 20 to 30 minutes, we'll do a few different meditation practices. And my hope is that maybe one of these you like and you can take forward with you. And we can talk afterwards about other resources. We're living in a time when there's so many different supportive resources if you'd like to take this further. And so with that, the rest of this practice you can do if you're more comfortable with the camera off. You can have the camera off. We'll have our eyes closed for most of this, but you can have the camera on or off. You can be seated. You can be lying down. Hopefully not operating heavy machinery or driving, but whatever makes you feel most comfortable. And yeah. So I'll invite you to start. If you want to go ahead and close your eyes, and let's actually start by just checking in. And so as you take a deep inhale in and let it out with a sigh, let's actually do that one more time. A deep inhale in and let it out with a sigh. I often like to start a meditation just by checking in. And I'd invite you just in your own mind on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is you are just barely showing up here tonight, and 10 is you are feeling on top of the world, ready to just do anything. Just ask yourself, how are you doing in this moment? And see if there's 2 or 3 feeling words to go along with that. So for me, I'm checking in at about a 7. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling really, yeah, very happy and grateful right now. So we'll just bookmark that, whatever number you're at, whatever feelings are there. It doesn't really matter where you're starting, but we'll check back on that and see how that changes over the course of the next time that we have together. And so as we start our practice, we'll bring a little bit of awareness and attention to our body. And so if you can bring attention and just notice the sensation in your bottom, whatever is touching the floor, just noticing that feeling there. And then bringing attention to your hands, maybe they're on your lap or on the arm of a chair, just noticing wherever your hands touch your body, what it feels like at that intersection. Just noticing your clothes on your skin, just the sensation that you feel in your body where your skin touches your clothes. And just noticing the feeling in your stomach. Is it tight? Is it loose? Is there a way that you can relax your stomach just a little bit? And bringing attention to your forehead, just noticing the sensation in your face, your forehead. See if you're clenching your jaw. Maybe you can relax your jaw, relax your forehead, and then bringing awareness to your shoulders and seeing if you can just drop your shoulders a little bit, just relax a little bit more. And we'll do a short practice to start to settle the mind. And often in meditation, we use our breath as something on which to place our attention. And one of the beautiful things about cultivating this relationship with your breath is you always have your breath with you. Even if you're in a busy subway, if you're stuck in traffic, if you're at a family gathering, your breath is always there with you. It's something, a practice that you can do. No one even knows that you're doing it, but it's just a way to just slow the mind, to calm your nervous system, and to show up a little bit more present in each moment. So I'll offer you 2 ways to practice this. The first is as you inhale, just in your mind, saying in, and as you exhale, saying in your mind out. That's all there is, just in, out, in, out. And we're really just training our mind, it can relax. So often our minds are flailing for things to think about, to plan, to figure out, to judge. And we're just starting to just signal to our mind, it's okay. There's nothing else you need to do right now than pay attention to your breath. Nothing else is more deserving of your attention right now than just your breath. And so you can continue with that, labeling the inhale as in, the exhale as out. Or you can try a second method of counting your inhales. So on your next inhale, just saying in your mind, one, exhaling. On your next inhale, saying in your mind, two, and just continuing on like that up until five, and then looping back around to one. And it doesn't matter which of these two practices that you try, either labeling the inhales, labeling the exhales, or counting the inhales 1 through 5. We're just giving our mind a little bit to grasp on and just trying to focus as much as possible on our breath. So go ahead and pick one of those two methods, and we'll practice that together silently here for a few moments. If your mind starts to wander, if you lose count of your inhales, that's okay. One teacher told me once it's our minds are kind of like a puppy. They just wander off and you just gently pick them up and bring them back. And they'll inevitably wander off again, but just with the same gentleness and friendliness that you would gently scoop up that puppy and bring him back. Just treat your mind like that as much as possible. It's okay if your mind wanders, but just as much as possible, try to bring it back to labeling those ins and outs or counting those breaths 1 to 5. And again, if your mind wanders, if you start to evaluate, if you start to wonder if you're doing it right, if you start to get annoyed, all of that's fine. It's just like in the gym when you exercise and you do repetitions. Each time your mind wanders and you bring it back to your breath, it's just like a repetition at the gym. It's just like another push up or a sit up. You're just training your mind. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to just be present right now with your breath. It's okay to give your full attention to your breath, even if it feels silly or trivial or a waste of time. We're just cultivating a sense of presence with our breath. And then you can let that go. You can let go of counting your breaths or labeling the inhales or exhales. And let's just check in again. See on a scale of 1 to 10 how you're feeling now and just noticing any changes. And it's okay if you feel exactly the same. It's okay if you feel worse or better. It doesn't matter what that number is, 1 to 10. We're just, again, building a little bit of mindfulness around how we feel in this moment. One of my teachers starts every one of his meditations by saying, "May I meet this moment fully. May I meet it as a friend. May I meet this moment fully. May I meet it as a friend." So as you breathe in, just pay attention to what you're feeling and whether that physical sense or emotional sense is positive or even if it's negative, see if you can greet it as a friend. If you're feeling discomfort, if you're feeling bored, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, just like a friend showing up in your house, make it okay to feel lonely, to feel sad, to feel angry, just like you would greet a friend, not pushing it out the door, not trying to hide it, not trying to rush it off, but just like you would greet a friend. If you're feeling any of those negative emotions, try to bring a sense of kindness and welcoming, as if to say, it's okay. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel lonely or afraid. It's okay to feel scared or bored. Just making whatever you're feeling right now okay. And same thing if you're feeling great right now, if you're feeling joyful or relaxed or excited, if you're feeling happy or grateful, just like you would with a friend, don't pressure those emotions to have to stick around forever. Sometimes we can cling to them. Sometimes we can really bring a lot of neediness and feel like I really want to continue to feel happy forever. I want to feel grateful forever, energized forever. But just like any emotions, these come and go. So, as much as possible, whatever your felt experience is right now, just make it okay. And just like a good friend, seeing those positive emotions and giving them the permission to leave whenever they need to come back. We're just noticing moment to moment how much our emotions, how much our felt experiences change. Sometimes I find that I feel an emotion, like I'll get frustrated and I cling to it. I stay frustrated for hours, even though that emotion only lasts for a few minutes. But I can just really force it to stick around, force myself to feel frustration for a long time. So we're just trying to check in and just become more aware that moment to moment, the sensations in our body are changing. Moment to moment, our emotions are changing. Moment to moment, our experience is changing. Just being okay riding those waves of good and bad, happy and sad. It's all part of our human experience. All of us feel these things. And just bringing attention again to the space between your bottom and the chair, your fingers and your legs, wherever your hands are, feeling the clothing on your skin again. We're going to try a different practice that is about self compassion. And I feel like it's one of the most needed things I know, certainly in my life, but I feel like so many of us are in need of just a little bit more self compassion. And so we'll go through a short practice that is really about cultivating a sense of self compassion, of kindness towards ourselves. And I feel like this is so important because it's really hard for me to be kind to other people when I'm not kind to myself. It's like drawing from an empty well when I try to show up with my son or my wife or my friends. Hard for me to bring a sense of acceptance and love to them when I'm not accepting and loving of myself. And so, again, your eyes can be closed, your camera can be off. I'd invite you, if you're comfortable, to place your left hand on the center of your chest and right where your physical heart is. And I find it helpful to actually just gently rub around the center of your chest. It just brings a little bit of awareness, physical awareness to my heart, where my heart is in my body. And then you can stop rubbing there. And if you'd like, you can put your hand back down, or you can even, I like to put both of my hands, my left hand on my chest, my right hand over my left hand. I actually like to keep them there for this practice. I find it helps me. And we're going to use a few phrases. You're welcome to use any phrase that you'd like. The phrases are just meant to lather up a feeling of kindness towards ourselves. So I'll offer you some phrases. You're welcome to use those phrases, or you're welcome to use any words that work for you. And the real goal here is not the words, but it's trying to feel the emotion behind the words. And so on your next inhale, imagine that you can breathe directly into your chest, into your heart. On your next exhale, imagine you can breathe out directly from your heart. Sometimes I imagine there's a big valve on my chest, just wide open, and I'm breathing directly into my physical heart and breathing out from my physical heart. I'd invite you to join me, just repeating these phrases in your head, in your own head, in your own mind. May I feel happy. May I feel healthy. May I feel safe and protected. May I live with ease. May I be free from suffering. And again, the words don't matter a whole lot, but just if you can, see if you can feel each of those words as you say them in your own mind. May I feel happy and joyful. May I feel healthy and strong. May I feel safe and guided and secure. May I live with ease. And as we continue this, see if you can soften your belly, your stomach. Sometimes I get really tense there. Go ahead and just loosen your stomach as much as possible. Loosen your shoulders, your jaw. And just be as delicate with your own body as you can. May I feel happy. May I feel safe and accepted. May I feel healthy and strong. May I feel protected. May I be free from suffering. And as we continue with those phrases or whatever phrases help you feel the echo of those emotions in your body, see if you can extend that to the other people here on this meeting right now. You may not know them at all, but just imagine your heart is expanding to include these strangers with you. May we all feel happy. May we all feel healthy. May we all feel safe and secure and protected. May we all live with a sense of ease and comfort. May we all feel free from suffering. And just continuing this, imagining breathing into your chest. And as you continue these phrases, as you exhale, just imagine that that well wish, that intention, that love and kindness that you're sending to yourself and the other people on this call, just imagine that it touches them in some way, that in some way, if they're suffering right now, that suffering is eased, or if they are feeling a moment of burden or overwhelm, that in some small way, just imagine that you're wishing this kindness to them in some way, like a salve, like a breath of fresh air, like a lightening of the load. In some way, they are touched by your generosity. They are touched by your intention. May we all feel happy and joyful and glad. May we all feel healthy, strong. May we all feel safe and guided and protected in our personal journeys. May we all feel accepted and welcomed and loved. May we all feel a sense of ease and lightness in our life. May we all be free from suffering and burden and a sense of overwhelm. And then you can let those phrases go. If your hands are on your chest, you can bring them back down to your legs. But just continuing to breathe as if you could breathe directly into your chest. And breathing out as if you could breathe out from your chest. And just as you were extending this love and kindness to these strangers on this call, just bring awareness to the fact that each of them was doing the same for you. And just breathe that in. Imagine that you could physically breathe in from these strangers a sense of love, cheering you on in your journey, a sense of kindness, a sense of well wishing. Just imagine breathing that into your chest. And as you exhale, just breathe out that blessing, that benediction, that sense of kindness to them. And then letting that go, checking in again, and just asking yourself, how am I doing in this moment? And let it be the most honest moment of your day. If you are at a 1 right now, that's okay. If you're at a 10, that's awesome. Whatever your number is, just see how it compares to the start of our practice. And as we bring this to a close, just as much as you're able to in this moment, expressing to yourself appreciation and pride that it is Friday night and you took an hour out of your day to show up, to try something new, to nourish and take care of yourself in some small way. I don't think we give ourselves a pat on the back as much as we would really deserve. So just wish yourself well, see yourself for showing up, see yourself for trying something new, see yourself for putting yourself out there with a group of strangers. And then, as much as you're able to, extending that to the other people on this call and just sending them well wishes and love. I see you for showing up. I see you for trying something new. I see you for taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself in some way. And then just bringing attention back to your body, maybe wiggling your toes a little bit, wiggling your fingers. If it feels good, you can move your shoulders, your back, whatever part of your body needs a little bit of movement after being stationary. And we'll take one last mindful breath together, just bringing awareness to what it feels like in your body to inhale in and just holding that inhale for just a moment and then exhaling fully. Let's do that one last time. We just take our breath for granted. Let's just experience a moment of gratitude. We are alive, we can breathe, we're able to be here tonight. So just breathing in gratitude and breathing out gratitude. And then when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and return back to the call. Um, Thank you all so much for showing up. It means so much to see you carving out an hour of your day. I know it's such a busy season right now, but it's been so beautiful to share this time with you.